Well, this is disturbing. Trump is supposedly seriously considering, I don't know why he's playing this game with himself where he's saying, I'm going to consider pardoning every single one of the worst people I could imagine. Ghislaine Maxwell's on that list, apparently. We'll get to that later in the show. And now Diddy. Sean Diddy Combs. Puff Daddy. So many names. I need more names. Puff Daddy? You could just call yourself that? Can I be Puff Mommy? What?
You're my daddy.
Thank you, Trump. So, with that being said, before showing you this report on what it is being considered in the Trump White House, I just grabbed this clip from someone. I didn't realize they overlaid a photo of Diddy looking silly. But, of course, let me play this for you, then I'll give you some context if you missed the whole Diddy case. But he's a bad guy. And he got off easy. He did not see the prosecutorial justice that I believe he should have seen for his sex crimes, for his assault, and ended up just being convicted on like transporting someone for the purpose of prostitution when the extent of his crimes went far beyond that. And I think there was definitely the evidence, but people consider this a win for the defense. So he already, in most people, I think's mind, is not getting the justice that he deserves. And now Trump is saying, what if we just wiped that off the map completely? This was the original time he was asked about this, and then I'll give you the latest report.
Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself.
By the way, Trump had the craziest friend group back then. Like, all right, fine. He's going, okay, I was besties with Epstein for like 15 years. What about it? What about it? Like, all right, sheesh, fine. Maybe we all have been friends with one sex trafficker. All right, well, assume that premise. And then he goes, all right, and then I was besties with Diddy too. What's the deal? Is that a real one? Because sometimes there's fake ones. But I think that's real. All right, yeah, great. They're friends. Fine. And then he goes, oh, and also I wish Ghislaine Maxwell well, and she was great too. My goodness. And then he's like, also my bestie right now is Matt Gaetz. It's too many. It's too many. Your friend group is messed up, dude. And maybe that's because you fit in.
Some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening. And I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, that relationship busted up from what I read. I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements.
Okay, so let me just get this straight. Of the people that I've heard Trump say, they really loved me, and I really liked them at some point. We have Epstein, we have Ghislaine, we have Diddy, we have Putin, we have Xi Jinping. All right? This list of my former or current besties is getting long and very bad. Sheesh. And here it is, media reporting. Trump is seriously considering now, so that was a month plus ago, seriously considering a pardon for Diddy. I don't know what is happening. President Donald Trump is reportedly considering a pardon for Sean Diddy Combs after he was found guilty of prostitution charges. Earlier this month, a jury found Combs guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Perhaps more importantly, he was found not guilty of the most serious charges of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. Due to the fact that he likely avoided a lengthy prison sentence, the verdict was considered a major win for the defense. So again, he already is not seeing the punishment that is justified. He's on video, but I guess there's a statute of limitations issue or something, on video beating a woman. And then the stories go from there. And all he ended up being convicted on were those 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. And now Trump's saying, but even that's a little much for my former friend. Now Combs' team reportedly wants the president to do away with those lesser charges as well. Yeah, so now, according to Deadline, he's seriously considering it. Additionally, as several associates of the much accused and currently incarcerated All About the Benjamins performer have been pitching the White House, other insiders confirmed the topic has leveled up from just another Trump weave to an actual event since Combs was found partially guilty in his New York City sex trafficking trial earlier this month. Of course, as a number of parties test, essentially they understand that nothing's going to be set in stone until Trump actually signs it, because he swings back and forth. But as the report stated, the idea of Trump pardoning Combs is not a new one. Back in May, fellow music executive Suge Knight predicted that the president would lend Combs a hand in the event that he was convicted. So even Megyn Kelly, who's a MAGA person but sometimes critical of Trump, said Trump should not pardon Diddy. He doesn't deserve it. He's a Trump hater. He's a woman abuser. Why did she start with Trump hater? I guess to appeal to Trump, but why did we lead with that? He's a Trump hater. He's a woman abuser. MAGA's already upset over elites seeming to cover for each other. This would not help. GOP struggling with young female voters, most of whom will hate a Diddy pardon. So yeah, I guess telling Trump that he's a Trump hater is more compelling than the other descriptions, excuse me. But yes, this would be insane. And I don't put it past Trump. And just like how he does with Ghislaine Maxwell when they go, will you pardon her? And he goes, well, I could. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll look at it. That seems to be his typical answer when he is considering it. And we saw that some time ago when he was asked originally about Diddy and said, I don't know, maybe I could. We'll have to see. Share your thoughts on that in the comments.